Alright guys, Dead Man Homesteading here. In this video, I'm just going to go over a few things that we do to save money, help us around, maybe some life hacks, from every day-to-day things. Maybe that we pick up at the grocery store and we reuse what the container might be after the product is done. Let's start off with empty plastic spice jars, containers like this. These are pretty nice because they have the shaker top on them, so the possibilities are really kind of endless here. Now we could take our dried herbs from our garden here, make them into a powdered form, put them back in here, and boom, and then you got your dried herbs. These are also pretty good for when I make foot powder. These are pretty good for that. Maybe something that you use pretty regularly, and like I use nutritional yeast a lot, so I'll actually use these. I buy it in bulk, like a 5-pound bag, and it's kind of hard to get it into smaller size, but these containers are excellent for that. You just, like I said, throw whatever you want in there, sprinkle it on your food and you're good to go. These dropper bottles are also awesome. These are good for when I make my beard oil. And you just take the dropper top out, you drop some on your hand, rub it together, and just rub it in your beard. It's good for dispensing. We make infused oils from time to time with either dried herbs or fresh herbs, or whatever we may find out. You put the infused oil in there, and you stick some on your hand, rub it in wherever you want to put it on, and you're good to go. These containers are pretty good for organizing small messes. As you can see, the leftover lighters or lighters that I just find laying around the house, I just kind of scoop up, throw them in here, and if anybody needs a lighter, there you go. Also good for change jars. And you could cut a hole in the top of the change jar, or just unscrew it, throw your change in there. I actually keep 2 change jars. One is the stuff that I already went through and that I deem acceptable to use as spending money. The ones that I believe that don't have any errors or any key dates, and the other stuff is stuff that I would like to keep and kind of hold on to. So these are good, excellent for that. Sometimes maybe you're taking a supplement or a powdered supplement, or maybe a prescription or aspirin, or one of them over-the-counter meds that has the little silica packet. Those are excellent for, I usually, as soon as I open the product up and I see that it has the silica packet in there, I throw it in a glass mason jar, screw the lid on real nice and tight, and try to keep it in a dark spot. That way it doesn't absorb any more moisture than it absolutely, it can still be reused again, because it's only been exposed to that air, from the time that you opened it and hopefully stuck it in a mason jar. I do recommend using glass for that, because of glass has a less tendency of letting air in than plastic does. Plastic is, I believe, a lot more porous, and if this was in a plastic container, I'd probably smell it, by sticking it up to your nose and smelling it. But whereas if I did this with, the herbs that are in here now, I probably wouldn't, you wouldn't smell it. This is just what I've kind of found out in the past. So, little silica packets, throw them in a mason jar as soon as you get them, and just kind of tuck it away in a dark spot. And they're also good because I throw them in my ammo cans to keep ammo dry, as dry as possible. Maybe you have. They're also good for if you go to the store. We used to get the cat litter that came in the the big 35-pound pail, and you could just, what I've done, you just buy dried beans or rice or some of your dried goods. You just throw it in that pail. Once it's done, you make sure you clean it out, let it air out for a couple of days, and you throw your dried goods in there, and then you throw a couple of silica packets in there, and you just shut the lid, and you just kind of forget about it, and and hopefully you don't need it. But that's one thing. Kind of touching a lot of subjects here, so we'll just keep rolling along. I did happen to buy a saw it at the grocery store. I wanted to try it. It came in this nice bag. Again, this could be awesome, like a change bag. It could be awesome for that. And it kind of holds my a little bit more precious stuff in there. So that's where that kind of hides out at. So stick it in the ammo can in the safe, and that's where those kind of hide out at. Guys, it's just the possibilities are pretty much so endless. The stuff that we buy, the container, I can always find something to use a container for. Like I said, whether it being, organizing random hardware, maybe you got like a drywall screw, and you put drywall screw in, and all of them, your drywall screws in there, and then you got another one, and you can put a maybe a 10mm bolt or whatever in here, and 10mm bolt, boom, the possibilities are endless. I will share this with you guys. One of the step kids did actually come up with a pretty ingenious idea. So you take an empty 16-ounce glass beer bottle, and if you have metal straws laying around your house, or you happen to get some, and you're kind of in a pinch, they make pretty good cherry pitters. You stick the cherry on the neck of the bottle, stick it with the metal straw, your pit goes down in the bottle, and you're left with the cherry. And it did take us a while, but we did get through 50 pounds of cherries in a afternoon. There was 4 of us that were working pretty regularly on a rotation, and that 4 of us took. That was a pretty laborious process, and I don't think if we would have came up with one of the step kids came up with that idea, I think we'd probably still be doing it to this day. I know that they do have a cherry pitter, We actually owned one, but that was actually at someone else's house at the time. So we'll leave it here at that, guys. So if you're in a pinch and you need a cherry pitter, like I said, empty 16-ounce glass bottle, stick the cherry on top of the bottle, and just kind of go to town on it. You can found out that, you know, it helps to squeeze the cherry. You stick the straw in, and then boom, and so that was a pretty nice little life hack that we learned here the other day. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was very informative to some of you out there, and we'll see you.